I see you again, when I see you again.
Welcome to Prescott High School Commencement Ceremony. My name is Josh Figge, High School Principal. I'm truly honored to be here tonight to present to you the class of 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, please remove your hats and place your hand over your heart for our national anthem, sung by Prescott High School choir members.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Wow. We're experiencing a different type of ceremony tonight. To show support, in lieu of clapping this evening, I will ask that you honk your horns when it comes time to honor a specific graduate or group. And first, I would like to recognize some of our guests here in attendance. In the back are our Prescott High School district teachers and staff, and I would ask that they stand and be recognized for the hard work and their dedication to education and students that they have demonstrated not only the past 2.5 months, but over the past year. Teachers and staff, if you would please stand and be honored. I could tell thought it was going to be. Would also our Prescott School Board members be recognized for their support of our district and for their support of the education of all of our students, 4K, all the way through graduates. School Board members, please stand and be recognized. And now, I'm pleased to introduce, virtually, the Prescott High School Choir, under the virtual direction of Miss Brittany Camrath, virtually performing their selection, The Bones, by Maren Morris.
We're in the home stretch of the hard times. We took a hard left, but we're alright. Yeah, life sure can try to put love through it, but we built this right. So nobody's ever gonna move it. When the bones are good, the rest don't matter. Yeah, the paint could peel, the glass could shatter. Let it rain, 'cause you and I remain the same. When there ain't a crack in the foundation, baby, I know any storm we're facing will blow right over while we stay put. The house on fire and the bones are good. Call it dumb luck, but baby, you and I can't even mess it up. Although we both try, no, it don't always go the way we planned it. But the wolves came and went, and we're still standing. When the bones are good, the rest don't matter. Yeah, the paint could peel, the glass could shatter. Let it rain, 'cause you and I remain the same. When there ain't a crack in the foundation, baby, I know any storm we're facing will blow right over while we stay put. The house don't fall when the bones are good. Bones are good, the rest, ooh, the rest don't matter. Pain could peel the glass, ooh, the glass could shatter. The same. When there ain't a crack in the foundation, baby, I know any storm we're facing will blow right over while we stay put. The house don't fall when the bones are good.
An obvious thank you to Miss Kay and to the very, very, very talented choir students who put that together virtually. Thank you to all of you. And now I want to say an official good evening to everyone. Good evening, obviously, to our teachers, to our staff in attendance, to Dr. Spikuza, and to our school board members. Good evening, grandparents, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, family, and friends. Good evening to the random person who found this streaming on YouTube and thought, hey, what the heck? I'll stick it out for a little while to see what this is all about. And good evening to parents who sacrificed so many things to get you all here, especially patience. I'm sure they sacrificed other things, but I'm guessing patience is the one that comes up the most often when you guys are arguing. We can tell who's in the driver's seat in those cars. And most importantly, to the brilliant, talented, ambitious, accomplished, and all-around outstanding members of the class of 2020, congratulations to you. You did it. You look amazing tonight. It's a little embarrassing you all showed up in the same outfit, but you did it and you're here, so congratulations to you. In all seriousness, earning a high school degree is one of the first impressive and great accomplishments of life. But success isn't always easy, and as hard as each of you have worked and as much as you've achieved over the past 4 years, you've had a great deal of help along the way. You see, we're all the product of a community, a village, a team, and those who have made the contributions to help you arrive at this very moment today are with us. So, I'm going to ask you to turn to the people in the car with you, and this is for our graduates. Turn to them, and I'm going to ask you to celebrate these people, your community, your family, who are here to celebrate you. I want you to reach across, mom or dad, aunt, uncle, whoever came with you. And now, graduates, I want you to honk your horn to show your appreciation for these people who helped get you here. I knew if nothing, honking horns, so we're already a success. All right, here you are, grads. You made it, and and nothing that last month's from you. The basketball games, opportunities to set school records, opportunities to compete, opportunities to perform on stage, being with friends, and that feeling of walking through the door of each classroom and saying a final farewell to your team. All these things were taken and regrets. In fact, I would venture to guess that you all have at least one regret. Wishing you branched out to try something new, maybe a new class for the musical, someone exactly how you feel, and you never got. And maybe you intended to do months of high school, and then regrets is normal. So what? Each parent the value of hard work and a close. Do I regret taking some truly terrible jobs, such as cleaning public park bathrooms between my high school and college years, and then for another 6 or 7 years after that? And please, at no point ask me what I saw in those public park bathrooms. It will haunt you like it's haunted me. No, I don't regret that either. Do I regret agreeing to chaperone 40 high school students on a shotgun trip to Europe, only to get stranded when our bus broke down at the top of an alpine mountain for an entire day and a half with dwindling food, almost no water, no sunscreen, no comfort, and as you can imagine, with 40 high school students, zero patience? No, I don't even regret that. But here's what I do regret. In the 4th grade, I transferred to a new elementary school. And the same year I transferred in, another student transferred in as well. And for the purposes of keeping his name confidential, I'm just going to call him Derek for the purposes of the speech. So we were both a new kid in class, and while I made some friends and got invited to sleepovers and birthday parties, Derek didn't. Derek was a little shy and a little awkward. He wore clothes that were too small and had obviously been handed down multiple times and had seen far better days. When he was nervous or anxious, which seemed like it was almost always, he would either run away from school, and we would watch him out the classroom window, or he would hide somewhere in the school. So he came to this new school and was mostly ignored, sometimes teased, and that's how things continued all the way to high school. Derek did things that others teased him about. He traded Pokemon cards. He pretended to be a ninja in the hallway. He came to prom dressed as a Lord of the Rings elf. And some of our classmates would pretend to be his friend, only to egg him on to do some new stunt that they would then turn around and make fun of him for. And then we graduated. And that was it. End of story, no big climax. And I haven't seen Derek since that day. Why do I regret that? Because relative to other kids, I was actually pretty nice to Derek. We had both transferred in at the same time. We knew what it was like to be the new kid. We knew what it was like to try and fit into a new environment in a new school. And in fact, I don't believe I ever said an unkind word to Derek. But still, it bothers me. So here's what I've realized. The things I regret most in life are when I have failed to act, failed to stand up for people who were standing alone, failed to be kind. The instances when another human being was standing there in front of me, hurt, feeling badly, suffering, and my response was restrained, practical, or worst, indifferent. There's a woman by the name of Orly Waba who started a nonprofit called Life Vest Inside. She started out as a middle school teacher, and her nonprofit started out as a class project with her middle schoolers. She gave each of her 82 middle school students 3 acts of kindness cards. Each one just had a random act of kindness. And the project was for them to go out into their community, find a random person, complete the task on the card, and then pass it on to that person and have them complete it with another completely random stranger. And that person would then go on and continue the chain. The amazing thing is, in less than 1 year, Her 82 students turned their acts of kindness into 20 million acts of kindness tracked around the globe. I was in Madison this fall with a group of people, and we were walking back on State Street from dinner. And it was dark, it was late, it was cold, and on the street corner was a panhandler. He looked homeless, he was asking for $1. So I pulled out a couple of dollars and handed them over. 2 more corners down was another homeless person asking for money. So I handed over another few dollars. And once we were out of earshot, one of the people I was with asked, "Why did you do that? They're just going to use it to buy a drink or something worse. They're probably not even homeless." And I couldn't think of any other answer other than, but what if they are? And what if they really need it? You see, small acts of kindness turn into big things. I don't know what happened to the $7 or $8 I gave out that night. Maybe they went to a bad habit. Or maybe they helped somebody get a little bit further on their feet. Maybe that somebody followed up that act of kindness with one of their own. So my message tonight doesn't seem that profound or complex, and maybe parents are thinking right now, this is it, be kind. This is the big message after 13 years of learning, be kind. But class of 2020, here's the catch, and I'm being sincere when I say this. I'm betting all of my chips on you. Really, I am. I'm betting all my chips on you. I am honestly stunned at what you have endured in your short lives. Think about this. You came into consciousness in the wake of the attacks of 9/11. You've grown up with mass shootings and school lockdowns, horrors completely absent from my childhood and the childhood of your parents and grandparents. You started kindergarten during one of the most devastating economic meltdowns in our nation's history, and right now, you're finishing high school during another. Throw in a global pandemic, protests, riots across the world for good measure, and here is the environment in which you have grown. Don't worry, guys, you have a couple more days till you enter this real world, but for right now, you can take it easy. But the old saying is, strength is forged through adversity. I gotta be honest, I'm not sure the world needs more shows of strength or toughness right now. Instead, I'm challenging you to do something new. I'm challenging you to do something far more complicated. I want you to be the embodiment of a new saying. Instead of strength is forged through adversity, how about kindness is forged through adversity? So, class of 2020, quick end of speech advice, find that kind part of yourself. Feed it, grow it, act. Don't live a moment with regret that you have the ability to fix. Start right now, tonight, as soon as you leave this place. Do all the other things too, the ambitious things. Travel, fall in love, innovate, lead, challenge others to be better. Make and lose fortunes. If you want to, lead a trip of 40 kids to Europe, but please make sure the bus is in good working order first. But as you do any of these things, to the extent that you can, err in the direction of kindness. Thank you. With that theme of kindness in mind, I asked one of our senior graduates to perform tonight a song that expresses the hope for your future as a graduating class, the future that I hope that you guys all create. And I believe this class, I truly do, I believe this class will lead it to be built. I'm pleased and honored to introduce Miss Emily McGee to the center stage to sing One Day by Modest Yahoo.
top with the hay. And one day we'll all be free and proud to be under the same sun, singing songs of freedom like one day, oh, one day, oh, all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars and our children will play one day, oh, one day, one day, oh, one day, one day, one day.
Thank you, Emily. A truly beautiful performance, so thank you. We're honored to have you perform tonight. Speaking of honored, it's my privilege to present the valedictorian for the class of 2020, Mr. Zachary Nee. Zach, will you please come up here? Zach Nee is the son of Joni and Scott Nee. He has a 4.0 grade point average. He'll be attending the University of Wisconsin-Madison in the fall. Zach has challenged himself throughout his 4 years, taking more than 10 advanced courses throughout his high school career while maintaining this extremely high, nay I say perfect, GPA. We are very proud of the achievements of this young scholar. It is also my pleasure to present the 2020 class salutatorian, Miss Anna Mercord. Anna, will you please come up to the stage as well? Anna Mercord is the daughter of Jennifer and Ron Mercord. She has a 3.99 grade point average. She will be attending the University of Wisconsin-Madison in the fall, and she also has challenged herself by taking more than 10 advanced courses throughout her high school career while maintaining this nearly perfect GPA. We are obviously very proud of the achievements of this young scholar as well. At this time, Zach and Anna both have a message for the class of 2020.
Hi everyone. It's nice to finally see all of your beautiful windshields. First, I would like to say how lucky we are to have some sort of a graduation ceremony. Many students did not get any form of an in-person ceremony, and I am extremely thankful that we did. Thank you to everyone who fought for this and allowed it to happen, even though it isn't completely traditional. We as a class have been able to overcome challenges for our entire careers, and we bounce back every time. Even though being separate from each other feels like the biggest challenge yet, what we are going through right now is not the first time we have had to overcome an obstacle. It is simply the final challenge we will experience as a class, and as is common with us, we will overcome it and become stronger, just as we have proven to do in the past. For example, we were the first third grade class to be placed in the portables outside of Malone Elementary School. At first, it was strange to be in a new building separate from the rest of the school, and many inconvenient difficulties came with it. But at the same time, we saw it as an exciting new opportunity and eagerly took on the challenge. Fast forwarding to the beginning of senior year, many of us didn't get the overall year we expected, even aside from what has occurred these past few months. The homecoming parade got rained out and canceled, putting a seal on the fact that none of us would experience one again. However, that same week, we had our first homecoming dance, which was a fun way for us all to be together. Just because something unexpected happened, it does not mean that nothing good will come out of it. Because we are the resilient class of 2020, I am positive that this year, even cut short, did not go to waste. Even though we could not be together at the end of this year, it does not take away from the memories that we have created together as a class over the past 13 years. Most of us had our first taste of doing business at the school store in Malone. If you wanted an eraser that smelled like a cheeseburger, that was the perfect spot. Who could forget the sock hops, where Elvis Presley himself showed up every time? Arguably, one of the best memories from elementary school was the 2 weeks we spent camping in 3rd grade. Living in a small tent with other 3rd graders is extremely underrated. It was invigorating. We sang songs, played games, and all ate from the same garbage bag of random cereal mixed together. Yum. Moving along throughout our school careers, we had equally memorable experiences in middle school. We all looked forward to Valentine's Day when we got to send suckers and Crush Pop to anyone we wanted to. And the rare iPod day where it seemed like we had all the freedom in the world. However, nothing beats fitness testing with Mr. Radel. It was so hard to contain our excitement when we found out it was time to run 4 times around the block for the mile. One of the best memories I have of our class in middle school is all of us going to DQ and then the beach on the last day of school every year. That was always a time for everyone to be together. We knew we would miss each other over the summer, but we always counted on being with each other again every day in the fall. This class has been through a lot together, but elementary and middle school was only the beginning. We walked into the first day of high school ready to have the best 4 years of our lives. This speaks to our perseverance and resilience because we saw high school as an opportunity for new memories and to start fresh. Our class was known for being involved, which allowed us to create many valuable experiences. Even just attending regular games was a thrill. To see the entire student section cheering together was a memory I will never forget. Every time we got to run down off the bleachers after winning a conference or regional championship, I just felt proud to be a part of Prescott High School. Throughout our high school careers, we have seen, just to name a few, the basketball team, girls golf team, softball team, dance team, forensics team, track members, Joe Schulte in wrestling, and Zach Nee in cross country compete in the state competition, most of them on multiple occasions. We are known as a class of achievement. Freshman year, we had so many students involved in band that we had to have our own, completely separate freshman band. For those of us in band, we could argue that playing the school song at home games and traveling together for away games provided a sense of togetherness that is unique to us. The choir students have expressed similar feelings of unity from the type of family they've created by being together as well. Our class is completely stacked with the most talented singers, musicians, athletes, and students. To top it off, we have grown an unbelievable amount because of what we've been through, and we have each developed a strong, powerful, and positive character. We no longer attend this beautiful school, but we will always be the Prescott class of 2020. Nobody can overcome us because nobody can do what we've done. Thank you.
How's everybody doing today? Good, good. All right. First, on behalf of the senior class, I would like to thank the teachers, staff, and community members who have not only made the short year we had as seniors a great one, but also made all previous 11 school years memorable ones as well. I know that most of us, including me, cannot wait to receive that diploma today and be launched into a new chapter of our lives. Because of this, I'm going to keep this speech short and sweet. The future is a topic many of us have been avoiding in the past years. We always have had plans, but they changed as we added years and years to our brains. It's funny to me that just 12 years ago, we stepped into our first classroom with our first teacher and our first friends, curious and wondering what was going to happen next. Now, we are stepping into the real world, curious and wondering what is going to happen next. Now, I know we don't want to hear about it, but I feel it needs to be said. We left the classrooms on March 17th, not knowing we would never go back. However, after the constant wave of sad social media posts of everything we were missing, I feel we need to always remember not only what we already had, but also what we gained. America is not new to tough times. Our society has dealt with famine, slavery, the Great Depression. Every time we go through these terrible events, we come out stronger and changed and prepared for the better. We have learned to accept change, not fight it. We might never go back to the old normal, but that doesn't mean the new normal is bad. Through this crisis, our class expanded to become more than 90 students in the high school. We have become part of a community larger than Prescott, larger than Wisconsin. We have become part of the class of 2020, the class who will overcome disasters. Now, as we approach the future, we need to have a different outlook as we grow. We should never celebrate New Year's because a year has ended, of course, except for maybe this year. We need to celebrate New Year's because of what we did in that year. Time is not to be conquered, but to be experienced. When I look up the dictionary definition of success, of course, it would be the accomplishment of an aim or purpose. However, the second definition, unfortunately, is the attainment of popularity or profit. Now, many would view being affluent as a big part of success. But is it really? Success is more than money or popularity or achievements. The only person that can decide if you are successful is yourself. Success is when you can look back at your life with no regrets. We all have a future, and no matter if we believe in fate or not, we always are capable of changing our future for the better. We are a part of a big chapter of the history books. In 50 years, 2020 will probably have its own book. I can't shy away from what is happening right now and what has happened in the past. This year, Australia burned as locusts flooded Africa. A disease emerged as a global pandemic. We have peaceful protests and violent riots going on 20 minutes away. No matter what your belief is, we can conclude that we're in a bit of trouble. Our generation is going to lead our country soon, and it's closer than we think. But what can each one of us do to contribute? Follow your passions and fight for what is right. James Baldwin, an American novelist and activist, said, "Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced." We can't give up. We're the future leaders, doctors, lawyers, mom's basement dwellers. We're all different, but we all can do something. Live life trying, not avoiding. Don't look back and regret. By the end of our life, assuming the average life expectancy of 79 years, we will spend 33 years sleeping, 13 years working, 11 years on screens, 4.5 years eating, 1 year exercising, except of course, and maybe a little more for Mr. Figgy and Mr. Smith, 2 years socializing, nearly a year in school, and 1.5 years doing other things like laughing and waiting in lines. That leaves roughly 11 years left over for you to decide on what to do. 11 years. All for you. What will you choose to do? Thank you to the senior class of 2020, no matter if you have been here forever or moved here, for leaving such a great impact on me and making the 2020 PHS senior class the greatest of all time. Thank you.
Thank you, Zach and Anna. Now, the band, under the direction of Mr. Canfield, will virtually perform their senior selection Believer by Imagine Dragons, and the Prescott High School song. Thank you to Mr. Canfield, and obviously a huge thank you to the high school band for putting that together. Not easy to do digitally. And now I'd like to introduce the Superintendent of Prescott School District, Dr. Richard Spicuzza, to give congratulatory remarks to the graduates of 2020.
Good evening to the class of 2020. What a remarkable night that we're able to celebrate in person, an important milestone for all of you. As Zach and Anna just shared their perspectives of being enrolled in Prescott, understand not only were you the first class to enter into the portables at grade 3, but you are the first graduating class that entered the doors behind you and in front of me as ninth graders and entered 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th and are the first full graduating class of Prescott High School. Zach, you said that we spent 13 years working in our lifetime. It feels like those 13 years were packed in to 2020. And it's been a very difficult year, but amazing resiliency shown by all of you and your family and our community. But when I look at this magnificent high school and a new beginning for the Prescott community that opened in 2016 and celebrates the class of 2020, if you look from my left to my right, we can span the amazing Performing Arts Center that celebrates the arts, where the music, the voices that you heard earlier today, the incredible band and choir concerts, our theater and musical took place. At the center of our school is the hearts of all of our sports and allows the celebrations, the championships, and the teamwork that went into it, and the sweat and the achievements that took place. To the far right and over with the glass windows, you see our magnificent library and academic wing. A bank of windows that allow us to look inward and outward in a world through a lens of knowledge. And immediately through the red Prescott High School words, every day you see that Prescott crest created by a community member memorializing the commitment of these 3 A's and our commitment to a tradition of excellence here in Prescott. However, as all of us know, no one achieves excellence or leadership or a position of leadership alone. Look to your right, look to your left, in front of you and behind you with your peers. your families that are gathered here, the community members that have come out. What I would like us to do is to make sure that we acknowledge this important milestone, and I am so proud of the individuals that worked many hours to make this occur. Most significantly, your parents. And so whether or not you're manning the horn or your parents are, can I hear a few car honks for our parents? Can I hear some car honking for our grandparents, our aunts, our uncles, our friends, our family, and our greater community? They support you and are listening to you or watching from afar. To the incredible, proud teachers that are out here tonight and those that are with you, how about some honks and maybe a little windshield spray? To our counselors, Vanessa and Gabrielle, to Miss Lydia Smith, and of course our dynamic duo of Mr. Smith and Mr. Figge, what an incredible night they have planned for you. Mr. Figge and I had a bet on how many times we could get people to honk their horns. I think I won. As impressive as our collective work is, as impressive as the brick and mortar that stands in front of me, never forget that nothing compares to the humanity that surrounds you and supports you in good times and in bad. And as you continue your life's journey, please remember to call upon the support network that is here or is within your life. The brick and mortar, the diplomas, and the symbols of graduation and academics are never greater than the understanding that is shared with you here tonight in our inherent humanity. Remember this as you morph into adulting and the next phase of your life. As many of you have said, and as you walk through the doors, you are our future leaders in every walk of life. I encourage you, regardless of your life struggles or accomplishments, that you remain engaged as lifelong learners, steeped in the history and tradition of public education for all. Continue to uphold and celebrate these important values and principles in your life. And I'll close with the same quote I did in my virtual commencement speech to you from John Maxwell. I am not where I am supposed to be. I am not yet what I want to be. But I am not what I used to be. And in the year 2020, none of us are. I have not yet learned to arrive, but all of us together tonight have learned how to keep going. Don't stop. To the class of 2020, congratulations, and continue to do good things. Thank you.
We will now have the presentation of the class of 2020. Seniors, you have met the requirements of the state of Wisconsin and the Prescott School District. Dr. Spikuza, school board members, by the authority vested in the administration of Prescott High School, I certify that the members of the class of 2020 gathered at this ceremony have completed all requirements and are declared eligible to receive a diploma. Mr. Sizemore, Ms. Holub, Mr. Matzik, please grant the class of 2020 their diplomas. Now I will be calling names alphabetically to present diplomas. There are a couple graduates who are not here tonight, so stay on your toes. Graduates, when your name is called, please exit your vehicle and approach your designated stage. Each stage has a color posted on it that corresponds to the color on your parking number ticket. Please go to your stage to receive your diploma. Parents and other family members, as a reminder, you must stay in your vehicles. Congrats to all of you. We truly are proud of you. I will apologize ahead of time for any mispronunciations. I've been going over these. I did not know a lot of your middle names, so it's unintentional. If I do screw them up, please correct me later, and sorry ahead of time. I'll now start calling the names. Prescott High School class of 2020. Lucas Donald Ackman. Is he here? Yeah. There he comes. Aaliyah Jordan Adrian. Riley Allen Anfinson. Nice job, Aaliyah. Vincent Michael Achenbach. Michaela Courtney Becker. Are they going to the wrong ones? Quick reminder, graduates, please go to the stage that corresponds with the color on your parking number.
Congratulations, Vincent.
Congrats, Vince. We good to go?
Right, congratulations.
Jada Mackenzie Bisco. Macy Rain Bisco. Casey Joe Betcher. Jaden Brooks Bonin. Congrats, Casey. Samantha Lynn Brownlick. Stephanie Ann Brenner. Mackenzie Ann Brinker. Hey, Stephanie, go ahead and grab the diploma right there. Yep.
Yep, that one right there. Then you go over there. Yep.
Lane Thomas Budworth. Congrats, Lane. Blowing in your face, yeah. Anthony Joseph Clancy.
Congratulations, bud. Make it. Just saying. Shake your hand, but they won't let me.
Lamar Michael Davis. Eric Alessandro Diaz. Jacob Corey Doffing.
Congratulations, Eric. Right there, there you go.
Mr. Fig, I think we're doing all right timing-wise? Speed it up, okay. Riley Kate Durow. Madison Lynn Duffy. Michaela Lynn Fiedler. Presley Blake Foster. Lydia Jean Franco. Right up here, Presley.
Congratulations, Presley. Thank you so much.
Alexis Lauren Niesel Fredericks. Megan Elizabeth Gillis.
Congratulations.
Ellie Ruth Grosskopf. Patrick Donald Haas. Andrew John Hines.
Congratulations, Pat. Yep, that's it right there.
Madison Sylvia Hennon. Luke Henderson Hillman. Connor Daniel Hintz.
Congratulations, Luke. Thank you. You gonna take over for me someday?
Monday, starting Monday, he's in, yeah.
Next year, buddy.
Mason Peter Holte. Wyatt William Holum. Claudia Michelle Johnson. Is that for me? Yeah. Madeline Rose Johnson. We wanted you over here. We wanted to see your smiling face over here.
Right there.
McKenna Jane Johnson. Jaden Robert Keno. Zachary Scott Nee. Jared Matthew Knott. Lauren Jean Corfage. Gianna Rose Lardani. Marie Josephine Larson. Olivia Grace Liebachen. Mason Christopher Leonard. Ella Christine Lindner. Isabella Angelina Lanetti. Amanda K. Lowry. Emily Elizabeth McGee. Frederick Robert McGee. What's that? Dylan Carter Malmlove. Anna Rose Merkard. Cody Thomas Miller. Juan Flores Morales. Savannah Margaret Murphy.
Walk right up. I can't even hand it to you, but go ahead and take it. Congratulations. It's so hot.
Brett Samuel Nelson. Parker Wayne Nielsen.
Congratulations.
That way, Murph.
That's yours. It's all yours.
Eileen Rose Nitz. Logan Mark Oy. Jessica Marie Olson.
Right over here, Logan.
Derek Joseph Pahachik.
Congratulations, man.
Congrats, Logan. Ryan Stephen Peterson. Cole Jerome Penk. Nicole Josephine Patak. Preston Lee Radin. Delaney Victoria Radke. Ashley Marie Rieken. Christian Daniel Royal. Brandon Michael Runquist. Jack Robert Ryan.
Congratulations, bud. Thank you. Take care.
Congrats, Christian. You can go that way, bud, and then you got pictures down there. Thank you. Peyton Marie Sanford.
Is that Jack right there?
That's Jack. What color is it? Green? You're up here, big guy.
This way.
You can jump the stage, or we got stairs for you. Your call.
You don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna
That
say.
way. Congrats, Jack. Kevin Michael Schmidt.
Right there. Yep.
Whitney Elizabeth Schumer. Joseph Gerhard Schulte. Ella Witt Schultz. Devin Ray Smith. Alexander David Stancer.
Down there on the arrow. Congratulations.
Slow her down a little bit for clear. Slow her down a little bit.
Faith Ann Stiles. I think about 15 seconds. Have they been able to get everybody? They've been able to get everybody. 15 seconds, though, tight. Okay. Molly Patricia Tomley. Isaiah Patrick Tulip. Ethan Elmer Tudor. Gabriel Michael Van Holbeck. Mia Elizabeth Van Holbeck. Grace Olivia Varanth. Water covers 2/3 of the earth. Grace Varanth covers the other third. Jana K. Weber. Anna Odelia Welter. Haley Rose Winkler Ayotte. Tristan Ryan Winkler. Noah August Zentner. Brittany Lynn Zook. Tristan, get through. Grab Tristan, no. Get your picture, okay. Let's give all the graduates, the class of 2020, a honk of your horns, a round of applause, please. Tristan. Go ahead and grab it, yep. You didn't memorize it? How about one last big, huge round of applause, honking on the horns for all our graduates. Outstanding class. I would now like to introduce our Student Council President, Mr. Tristan Winkler, to the center stage podium to give the class of 2020's closing remarks. All yours, buddy.
All right, what up? What's going on, guys? I'm going to keep this short for all of us, so I'll get right to the point. We've been through hell and back this year, but we've finally done the thing that we all thought would take forever to happen. We've graduated, and we're all gathered here as adults, except for Luke Hillman. You can wish him a happy 13th birthday this October. And we've all put in the work and effort to come this far, and even though this wasn't the way we all wanted this to end, we still managed to get here. No other class could do what we've done. Having to leave school on March 17th as a senior without knowing that we would never come back is something that has never happened before. But it's not like our class is new to being the first to do something. We've always been the guinea pig for everything. From starting those stupid major and minor slips to not being able to carry your backpacks or not having our phones during school hours, or even being the first freshman class in our brand new high school. Yet here we are, successful high school graduates who have gone through something no other high school senior class has gone through before. Now is the time to remember all the good memories that we've had from our years in high school. You guys remember how you couldn't walk down the halls without being slapped with a sticky hand? How about the elections we all had freshman year for civics? Or even when Ethan Tudor wore his dinosaur costume to school? Well, one of the times that he did. The list goes on, and those are only from our to be the class to make a difference in the world. I know it. We are the most resilient, hardworking, kind, goofy students to go through Prescott High School, and there isn't anyone that could possibly say anything different. Look around at your class. For right now, a moment where the last time we will be all together. But the important thing to remember is that we are stronger together. We've always stuck together and been nice to one another. It's how it's always been for us. Before I say my thanks for everyone listening, I want to read a quote by Albert Einstein. The distinction between the past, present, and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion. Now bear with me. I know it's confusing because I was so confused when I read it too. But this is what I took from it. This past, present, and future that we've always heard about is only what you make of it. If you remember something from the past as a bad memory, it will affect you now in a negative way. And because you're negatively affected now, your future has already been affected. So I believe that Einstein meant that time, that past, present, and future, is only what you make of it. So I ask you now to live in that moment. Not focus on all the bad things that have happened, but know now that you can do anything that you want to. So do your best. Have fun. Be you. Because only then will you live your life to the fullest. Thank you all for making our time here as a student at Prescott High School the best it could possibly be. Thank you.
All right. Normally at this point in the ceremony, we would ask the class of 2020 to stand. Instead, I'm going to ask the class of 2020 to make sure that your window is down. And then I'm going to ask that graduates, please move your tassel from the right side of your cap to the left side of your cap. You are officially graduated. Now, instead of the traditional cap toss, each of you received a confetti cannon that can be shot by gripping the top of the cannon and twisting the bottom portion the opposite direction. At the bottom part, there's a small perforation. Please don't point it toward you, all right? So make sure you're pointing the top up. I'm going to ask that on the count of 3, you aim your cannon out your window in lieu of your cap toss, and then we're going to twist the bottom, and we're going to shoot them together. All right? Up into the sky. I'm looking around to see that we have most people pointing skyward. Don't point it at another car. All right? Everyone looks like they're ready. 3, 2, 1, go! I would like to say congratulations to every single one of our graduates, to your amazing families who have had to support you through something that I don't think any other families had to support a graduate through at this time, all of the adversity. Thank you all for attending and sharing in the celebration of tonight's commencement. Tonight, we will be illuminating the varsity football field lights for a few hours as a symbol of the bright future of the class of 2020 and everything that stands before you. We're asking that you please don't congregate, but absolutely take a drive by, celebrate your graduate, take a look at all the beautiful posters commemorating our graduates, and to everybody, have a great and safe Prescott commencement evening. Thank you all for coming. Good night.